This is Riley, future Riley, and you guessed it, it's another community episode because you're hearing from me and things have gotten crazy. Past Riley's on a little trip right now and he doesn't know how crazy things are about to get for him. Maybe it's the start of future Riley. Who knows? Could be origin story. I'm not going to spoil it for you. So, aliens were a problem, but guess what? Lizard people in the government are real. They are real. Who would have thought those crazy conspiracy theories were legit? And they love eating these insectoid aliens. What? So cool. But guess what? Their policies, even better. So many of their policies, they've formed this world government and they're doing all these amazing things. And it's like, whoa, man, the world's going to be so much better. Except that they are lizard folk and they are not going to keep the world habitable for us our warm-blooded species. So we're at a high risk of becoming extinct. Very unfortunate. And I have met up with future Phil, who is leading a resistance against them. Hello,
Hi,
Phil.
Riley. How's it going?
Oh, good, future Phil. It is so good to meet up with you.
As you know, the eyes of the world are on the US government right now, seeing what these lizard people are going to do. And obviously, a lot of nations are worried that if they're successful in the States, then the lizard folk might infiltrate the governments of the rest of the world, basically. So we're busy at the resistance cooking up, no pun intended, a plan to sort these lizard folk out. Do you want to hear it?
Oh, I do, yes.
So lizards, reptiles, right? They need heat lamps. When you've got a little pet lizard, I imagine that these lizard folk work on the same basis. These heat lamps must be stored somewhere, and there must be like a schedule for when they come out making their public appearances, and then they go and spend a couple of hours recharging under their heat lamps. All we need to do is hack that system, change their spreadsheet that schedules all their heat lamp time, okay, so that when they go down there, they think the heat lamps are on, but secretly we've switched the heat lamps off, and then they freeze and become unable to carry out their nefarious plans. All I need is some helpful American on that side of the water to put my plan into place, and we'll see how it works. And if so, this could be the key to saving the world from the lizard people.
It's genius. I mean, a plan using spreadsheets. Who else but future Phil? And I'm your man. I'm doing it.
Excellent. Thank you.
Boy, well, we'll see how that plays out because future is present for us and we don't know what the future holds for future us.
No,
So,
I mean,
yeah.
our future will be future Phil and Riley.
Oh boy. Oh no. This could get crazy. Past Riley and past Phil didn't know that this started recording as soon as you hopped in. And past Riley also forgot that you can edit on this app, but he's on vacation and he doesn't want to edit it. So you get a totally unedited experience. And as soon as this ends, it's just going to jump right into Phil jumping into the thing and we run with it.
Yeah, past Phil, no, future Phil, whatever. I apologize on behalf of past Phil because I've had years now to look back on it and just be like, geez, what a noob.
Yeah, same with future Riley. It's fine. It's fine. We've got bigger things to deal with.
Absolutely.
All right, well, enjoy the episode. Phil!
Hello.
How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
Does it sound all right and everything?
It does. And guess what?
What?
I have no control over when this starts recording, so it's recording right now.
Oh.
So
wait,
I'm
you can't edit it, right?
I don't know if I can edit it.
Oh dear.
So we're just going to kick it off. Welcome to the Board Game Community Show.
Hi.
I'm your host, Riley Stock, and you can tell already that this is a very different episode. I am traveling. I decided to go see I help farmers with their soil, so I decided to go see some farmers in Oregon that I've never met before. And so I did that yesterday, and it was a lot of fun. And now we're in a hotel heading up to Portland, me and my wife, Kimmy, to just hang out and have some fun before she goes back to work as a school teacher, which Phil is also a school teacher. So welcome, Phil. Welcome back.
I am thrilled to be here.
Good. I'm excited to have you back on. I mean, for those who don't know, Phil was actually the second person I recorded with. But he's episode 3 because somebody cut in line because they had a Kickstarter going on. So I bumped their episode up. But yeah, so, and then he's also on the Bunkers and Badasses episode, or series of episodes. So it's good to have you back. You do the podcast Organized Fun.
I do indeed.
Which in our episode, I think I repeatedly called it fun. No, what did I call it?
Organized Play?
Organized Play, that's what it was.
I think I might change the name just because of that.
You've only been doing it for you just had your 3-year anniversary, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too late to change for a rebrand.
Exactly. All your shirts and your merch, all your coffee mugs, you'll just have to change those.
Absolutely. All my tens of loyal listeners will be lost without it.
Yeah. Yeah. How's your summer vacation going now that you're out of work?
It's going all right. I'm about in fact, today marks the halfway point, so it's all downhill from here. But no,
sad.
Just been making the most of not getting up in the morning, not having to wear proper clothes, like a shirt and tie. Obviously, I'm wearing clothes. What do you think this is? But yeah, just having time to myself is a big thing, and I'm sure Kimmy knows all about that.
Except she has me at home with her all the time, constantly hovering over her shoulder.
Well, that's true. Saying, play this board game. Wow, wow, wow. Look at me.
Exactly. You nailed it. That's exactly how it goes. Well, we are doing kind of a different episode. I mean, yeah, you can already tell that. There's no editing on this one. It's all raw. And I asked people on Twitter 2 questions, and we're just going to read those responses and we'll answer them ourselves. You replied on Twitter, but I think instead of reading yours, you can just say yours at the end.
Oh, but I can't remember what I said. Oh, no, maybe I can. I'll see if it comes to me.
If not, I'll read it for you.
I tell you what, I'll say what I think the answers are, and you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Ooh, okay, yeah. It's a game. Perfect. Well, I'll start it off with my wife. So, I guess I should very first read what the questions were. Since I'm traveling, I decided to ask what people's favorite place they've ever traveled to was, and what the favorite game you've played this summer. Or I guess, in other parts of the world, it's not summer for them. So whatever season it is, winter or whatever.
These last few weeks.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Do people, I should have asked Board Game Graham this, but do they base their school going out for summer, or do they do it during the same time as the rest of the year? Are they on winter break? Is that the end of term for them? End of the year for them?
That is a very good question.
I might have to reach out to her and ask that.
I think any listeners from places that have different seasons, get in touch. Let Riley know.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Well, I'll start. What we're going to do is just read the Twitter or the name on the Twitter and then the Twitter handle and then what they wrote. So my lovely wife, Kimberly, at Faye Kimberly, my favorite place I've traveled to is Seattle, and my favorite game I've played this summer is Calico. It's just so stinking cute, but also hard. Haha.
I've never played Calico. Is it good?
It's really good. It's up there as one of my favorites this summer. And I'm
Nice.
realizing now that I haven't thought about this question for myself, so I'm going to start doing that before the end. But
We'll have to do you last.
Yeah, it's really
Okay.
cute though. So
my turn. The Space Meeple at Space Meeple. Favorite place is Paxos in Greece, and most enjoyable game recently is Spirit Island, which I know you've got, haven't you?
yeah, I've only played it once, and it's an awesome game.
Excellent.
Have you played that at all?
No, I know the concept vaguely, but I've not played it.
Did you know that Space Meeple is boardgames.fm or
I do.
Okay, cool.
So I will keep my foul mouth shut.
Both Phil and I are on boardgame.fm, which is like a little website radio station that you can go to and listen to random podcasts and YouTubes and whatnot. It's pretty cool. I hop on there every once in a while just to hear what's going on, and sometimes I hear myself and I'm like, whoa, hey. Oh no, now I don't know which ones I sent you. I was gonna organize them before.
Just one that you've sent me, I'll make a really annoying sort of buzzer sound.
Okay, well, Katie at Red Cheshire Kate said, Paris, I'd like to go back someday. Such history, much fashion. Makes sense. And then Oath, I love the emergent narratives and strategies, plus the way you can be engaged even as you're losing. In my last game, I granted my Zoe friend citizenship, and they helped me maintain control of my empire. I think Oath looks awesome. Yeah, Oath looks awesome, but I don't think I could ever get a group to play it with me consistently.
No, that's the problem, isn't it? If you've got like a campaign game, you need the same people each time.
Yeah, exactly. But it looks incredible.
Okay, I've got one from Pearl at Cake of Doom. So favorite place, tough one, but I'll go with Japan. An amazing range of things to do in different parts of the country, and the food is a huge bonus. I would be down with that, a bit of Japanese food. And the game is Bites, not just because it's fun, but it was also the game we started with at the first games night since 2020. That is a sentiment that I can get on board with. I think a lot of people are sort of finally starting to get back into the gaming with real people.
Yeah, it's so exciting. Have you had a game? Can you have game nights yet? Yeah, you can, right?
Well, Wales, as of Monday, so what, yesterday? Yeah, we've got no restrictions on having people round our house now. So game night is on the calendar for a couple of weeks' time when I can get everyone together.
Nice. Can I
can you come? No.
Yeah. Son of a gun. Oh, actually, funny enough, Phil and I both were looking at tickets to come visit each other, and I was not allowed in their country. No, I wasn't. I wouldn't be allowed to leave. I don't remember what it was. You weren't allowed to come here.
I'm not allowed in your country.
That's what it is. You're not welcome here.
No. Got it.
Yeah. Well, next up, All Games New and Old, which is David Rodriguez. Oh gosh, I almost forgot his name. He was in one of the early episodes too. So awesome fella. He does a YouTube channel by the same name, which I am actually halfway through watching his Summoner Wars video. I was watching it this morning before we hopped on here, and I love his videos. I think they're really fun and funny. Like he does just little subtle things. I'll probably tweet one of the things that I really enjoyed. So yeah. And he said, enough rambling. Spain. I went there when I was around 12, I think. The place felt magical, even though I didn't speak the language. Could be because they would serve me sangria as a 12-year-old. Yeah, that would be a big deal, right?
Nice.
And then Bullet Heart. I was shocked at how fun and intense that game is. It's frantic, crazy fun, which I watched his video on Bullet Heart, whatever it is, and it looks pretty good. It looks pretty cool. Have you seen that one?
I have not.
It's interesting. It's like a fast pace. I think it's oh shoot, now I'm spacing on the name, where you like simultaneous play, and it's all like a time turn. Real time. Thank you. Oh gosh.
Next up, I've got Little J Games at JB Feast. Favorite place is Yellowstone National Park for several months. Is that the one with the big shooty geezer thing?
Yes. Yeah. Old Faithful.
Jolly good. Have you been? Have you seen it? Is it good?
Yeah. It's fun. I remember going a couple times.
Cool. And this summer, Little J Games has enjoyed discovering Railroad Inc. and also the Domino's game Mexican Train. Sensing a train theme there.
Oh yeah. Although Mexican Train is more like.
Is it not about trains? Have I just is all the listeners just going to be like, what is he on about?
Well, I mean, I don't know how. Like, I only know that game because I would play it with my grandparents.
Oh.
But I mean, you know, dominoes, right? Like,
yeah,
it's just like matching numbers and building a tree of things.
Isn't that how dominoes works? Anyway, isn't that just dominoes?
Yeah, it's essentially just dominoes. So.
Oh, okay. But they've called it a cool name, Mexican Train. Make it sound more exotic.
And now listeners are screaming at me like, "No, you idiot!"
It'll be like that Drake meme, you know, where it's like.
Exactly. Oh. All right, next one. BCB Ryan at Mr. Rao 643. He's on the podcast Cardboard Conjecture, which I don't have any hard feelings about because they do this awesome segment called What You Playing Wednesday, where they just have Canadian people on talking about what they've been playing for the week. And I don't care. I'm not Canadian. Whatever.
They can play their own games.
They can play their own games. But I actually do want to have Ryan on because Ryan and I share a lot of like game loves. A lot of his posts, I'm like, yes, awesome game. So
it's weird that, isn't it? When you find someone that you like, everything they tweet, you just agree with wholeheartedly, but you look like a bit of a creep just liking every single one.
Yeah, exactly. And just wait until I slide into his DMs to ask him to come on the show. Hey, big fan. So anyways, he said Las Vegas to attend a World Series of Poker event.
Ooh.
Awesome. And then he said Ashes Reborn by Plaid Hat Games and Isaac on Earth. It's the smoothest competitive dueling card game I've ever played. Only been playing the pre-constructed decks so far on stream, Twitch and YouTube with that Meeple Dungeon, which is really awesome. They've been doing like a series where they've been competing. I don't know what they're going to. I don't know if they're doing like a 7 series or 5, whatever, best of. So I also did a follow-up and asked him about the tournament because you can't say you went to the World Series of Poker and not mention it if you played in it or how you did. So I did ask him.
That's true. It needed a third question, didn't it?
Right? So he said, I did play in the tournament, won a seat at a satellite tournament at a local casino. Can't remember exactly how I placed, but I didn't get into the cash ranges. The experience was phenomenal and got to meet and play with some of the poker superstars.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's super neat.
That's a claim to fame, anyway.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
next up, I have got Tim from the Board Game Hot Takes podcast, which is at BG_Hot Takes. Favorite place is Paris, France. That's 2 for Paris. So if it was a competition, Paris would be winning. And the favorite recent game is Anachrony, which I do not know.
That's like a time travel one. It's this huge box. It looks intense. And it's another one of those ones that, like, there is no possible way that I could get Kimmy to play that one with me. So there's probably no way I'll ever play that one.
You just play it
or
with
at least
yourself.
own it. Yeah, maybe. Actually, I don't even know if it has a single player. It might. I don't know. Worth a check, I suppose.
Yeah.
And Tim, it's worth mentioning he was on your podcast.
He was on Organised Fun last week, 2 weeks ago, some weeks ago.
Yeah. Well, it was the most recent while we're recording, but when this airs, you will have put out a new episode yesterday.
That is true. It's all a bit timey. It's like we're in our very own game of Anachrony.
Oh my gosh, it is. We're time traveling to the future to do something you haven't done yet. Yeah. And he will be on a future episode of this, the Board Game Community show. So there was a series of ones that we had together, like Lori from Stop, Drop, and Roll Studios. Yeah. We both had him on our show. And then Brant with that hit game Oros, which would be, I think it's finished by the time this is recording.
Oh yeah, it must be like 9 million% funded by now.
Really close to 9 million, you know? Yeah.
That's done
it was
really
weird
well
because they only put $1 as their goal.
Nice. No. Well, they're bound to smash it.
Yeah, they've a lot of. Oh, I'm so excited for that game because I think the stretch goals have all been sweet, and his reveals, and like he's had community involvement where he asked like, "What's some little hidden things you'd like in the artwork?" And so I threw
Did
some
you
out.
suggest
We'll
one?
see. I did. I said like a message in a bottle. And then I didn't have like a specific artifact in mind, but I thought it would be cool to take something that's like, you would go to a museum and see these like broken vases or, you know, like just broken old stuff. And then
wait. Did you say vases because of me, or is that because you how you say them? I thought you guys were like vases.
Yeah, I said it because of you.
God, I thought again we're in Anachrony. I was like, what's happening? Where am I?
Yeah. So I thought it'd be cool if if he would go and look through museum stuff from like kind of the genre that he's creating in and restoring it to its like fullness, to its masterpiece. So I thought that would be a fun thing.
Such a cool idea as well for like an incentive, because a lot of games like on Kickstarter, they just have, you know, pages in the rulebook of the names of all the backers, which is, you know, it's cool to get some credit, but to have like a little thing on the board or on a card or something that you know you're responsible for, that's like peak goals, that is.
Right? It's so cool. Yeah, Brant is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a good chat.
He is. All right. It was Board Game Gran all along at Board Game Gran. That's Angela, who also was on the show, all the way from Australia. Fave place traveled to, Los Angeles. Will never get tired of return visits, and there's literally always something to do or see. Favorite game I've played this winter, Winky Face Australian Flag, is probably Obsession. Absolutely hooked on it. She spelled it right. I just can't talk. Which Sarah, who was a guest, Sarah Shaw, she also I'm sorry, my Ring notification just popped up. We got a delivery or something, or somebody's
Cool.
feeding my cats while I'm away. But yeah, Sarah Shaw said that was one of her favorite games too on the episode that she was on. So I don't know if it still holds true, but yeah, cool little thing. Is your next one Rob?
Yes.
Okay. So before this next section, I will say, clear my throat. Normally that would be edited. This next section is I'm in the Board Game Designers Guild of Utah, a really, really cool group. And so I thought, like, oh, why not ask them? And so I also added in a third question of like where you could find their social media presence. So you could go follow them. But there's only 2 people that replied this time. It's been a little bit slow with the pandemic, but we're building back up. So yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so I've got Rob the Kramer at Rob the Kramer on Twitter. Favorite place is Ha Long Bay in Vietnam. Apologies if I mispronounced that. And most enjoyable game recently has been Codenames Duet or Second Chance. I don't know Second Chance. Do you know Second Chance?
I don't. That's why I gave it to you. I was like, oh, you may know this one. Also, you would know how to pronounce the location.
What a cruel trick. I'll tell you what.
That's not really why I did it.
next time you do a community episode and you put some questions on Twitter, I'm just going to make up the name of whatever you ask. If it's what's your favorite food, I'm going to make something up. What board game have you played lately? I'm just going to put 2 random words together. I've been playing Snorkelbat, and I love it. And then on your episode, you'll be talking, oh yeah, Snorkelbat, yeah, that's such a strategic game. And I'll be sitting there going,
oh no, what have I done?
I've been playing Trains and Potholes. That's what I've been playing.
Oh no, that would be torture though, because it's Mark. For those who haven't listened to their podcast, that's how we say it here in the States.
My name's Riley, and I do a podcast.
Yes, that's a Kids on Bikes character if I ever heard one. Yeah, you do your podcast with your partner, Mark. So, and you guys were supposed to both make your own game, and it's been
2.5 years.
Yeah, and still no game from Mark, but that was the proposed game for a while. I don't know if it still is.
Well, yeah, I think the current ultimatum is if he hasn't made it by the end of 2021, then I'm going to make it for him.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you talked about that in your anniversary episode. Yeah, so he better make it.
Yeah,
getting it.
Absolutely.
Also, the Kids on Bikes thing, also another reference to their podcast is just so great. But they play Kids on Bikes. There's this whole series of it, and I made a Spotify playlist so that I could listen to them all just sequentially. Or on Spotify? Is that what I said? Whatever.
You did say Spotify.
Oh, good. That's what it is. So.
Too late to change it back. We're not playing Anachrony. You can't go back and change it.
Okay. The final one. Dustin Dowdle. I call him Dusty because he's a friend of mine. Who is actually the reason that I even am podcasting, really, because I had been wanting to do a podcast. And he was like, hey, does anyone want to start a podcast for the Guild? And then I volunteered, but I wasn't officially a Guild member yet. And then he hooked me up with his brother, who I'm actually even closer friends with. I chat with him. I go to game nights with him. And he's awesome. I love that man, Danny. Anyways, so then I ended up just starting my own podcast and not doing one for the Guild. So, nah. Long story long. He said Black Hills of South Dakota, which awesome. I think I've never been to the Black Hills, but South Dakota can be pretty. And I almost
It
died in
sounds like a
North
song.
Dakota. The Black Hills of South Dakota.
I'd buy that.
Oh, you know what? There is actually a song.
Is there?
It's not, well, and I never connected it until you just said there should be a song, but there is a Manchester Orchestra song called The Gold, and I play it on the guitar, and like I do a little cover of it actually. And there's a part where he says like Black Hills the Collie, and he's talking
Nice.
about kind of like a mining town and whatnot. So I wonder if Black Hills is a mining area. Oh my goodness! Did I just learn
Mm.
something new? All right, and then his favorite game is that he's played this summer is just his favorite game, Marvel Champions, which I think at this point he told me he has like over 80 plays or something like that.
Whoa.
Yeah, just this year. So that is wild. Oh, and then you can follow him at Odd Fox Games on Facebook. I think he's also on Instagram. But yeah, he makes some really cool games. I've played 2 of them. Yeah, but a lot of them, his other ones look interesting. And one of his games may or may not be signed with a really awesome publisher. Hopefully that game comes out eventually, though.
Well,
Who
that's
knows with the
exciting.
pandemic? I know. I know. Okay. Now on to you and I. I am going to pull up your answer. Okay, I've got it pulled up. Let's see how close your answers are.
Okay, well, are we looking for a word-for-word recreation?
No, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, well, I can definitely remember my favorite place is Disneyland Paris. And I believe it's because there's magic literally everywhere.
Oh, that was almost word for word. You just put there's magic everywhere, but I like the literally.
I just look right. Have you seen the movie Saving Mr. Banks?
No.
It's about what's her face, P.L. Travers, that wrote Mary Poppins. And when Disney wanted to make it into a movie, she was like, no, 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 I hate Disney. Wow, wow, wow. But then he invited her to the original Disneyland, which is is it Anaheim? Is that a place?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you nailed it.
And he was explaining to her like how he just wanted to build this place where everyone could forget their worries and their boring everyday lives and just enjoy themselves. And like, all right, Disneyland Paris and just nowhere near as good as the American ones, I'm sure, but it feels like you just walk in and everything's perfect and everyone's dressed up and it's all just it's amazing. Disneyland, that's my favorite place.
That is incredible.
And I'm gonna. Did I say that the game I've enjoyed is Betrayal Legacy?
Yeah, you did.
Yes.
Has that changed in the 6 days?
No, it has not. Betrayal
Okay.
Legacy is awesome. Like, I'm a big fan of legacy games anyway. I just think the concept is amazing. So we went away for like a long weekend to a little cottage in the Cotswolds in the countryside. And my cousin bought his copy of Betrayal Legacy because I got him for Christmas or a birthday like years ago, but you need 3 people to play it. And obviously pandemic landed. And so this is the first time that he's had 3 or more people. So we just caned, like about 5 or 6 games. Didn't get through the entire campaign. But it's just so good. And obviously I know spoilers for legacy games, so I'm going to stop talking if you haven't played it, but it is amazing.
That's one that we found a group of friends that we thought would enjoy it, and we started gaming with them, and we were playing Machi Koro Legacy, which is awesome. But then as soon as we finished Machi Koro, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna order it, and then all of a sudden the restrictions happened.
Yeah,
I was like, no. That's all I wanted to do was try this Betrayal Legacy. So I'm very jealous. And we were joking. This is a safe for work podcast, but So we'll keep it safe for work. But we were joking about how
All right, you don't have to tell me twice.
that we should get it and make an NSFW version, just like you guys did with your NSFW Monopoly.
Yes. which oddly is got the highest listening stats of all my episodes. Weird.
Okay, cool. I guess I should do an NSFW episode. I mean, the Bunkers and Badasses was probably the closest NSFW.
Yes.
Definitely. Well, mine, I thought about it and I remembered. I did think about this. At least the first question. Hawaii. Oahu. Hawaii. Oahu. Oh my gosh. Anyways, yeah. Just so incredible. I went because I'm a huge Lost nerd, the TV series. And so when it ended later that year, I was like, I'm going. I quit my job and to go do my self-employment full time, and I was like, I'm gonna kick it off by going here and just seeing the lights, and it was so chill. Like, I've never been such a relaxed driver in my life. My wife would probably laugh at that because she knows I'm kind of an insane driver. But it was just like I would be going like 20 under the speed limit, and a animal would cross the road and you just like stop and just be like, cool, like this is fine. I'm surrounded by beautiful mountains.
That's better than just plowing over it.
Yeah. Actually, I have a side story. While we were driving 2 nights ago, it was like pitch black. I had my brights on. We're in the middle of I don't even know what, maybe a desert, but we couldn't see like beyond the side of the road. So I have no idea what we were driving in. And all of a sudden, there is a deer in the left lane, which we drive on the right here in America. And then there were 2 deer in just to the right of the right lane. And so there was like just enough space for us to like slide right between them. And we narrowly missed a flock of deer, as you call them. I don't know what a herd of deer is.
Is a herd, isn't it? I'm sure.
I think it might be a herd. So that was crazy, but that could have been really bad.
I'm glad you chose Hawaii, but obviously that's only because you didn't go to Bend, Oregon, right?
Exactly. And I mean, we're about to go up into Portland. Who knows? Maybe that'll be my new favorite place, but I think Hawaii holds it.
Did you go through Eugene yet? Are you going to go through Eugene?
We are in Eugene.
Yes!
Yeah, that's where we stayed. We're in this really, really cute motel in Eugene. And last night we ate some ramen that did not sit well with me. So even this morning, I'm still feeling its effects, but it was absolutely delicious.
Oh, that's classic Eugene, that is.
I know, right? And then tomorrow we'll be, today. Today we're going to drive to Portland. I think it's a 2-hour drive from here. And then that's home for like 3 more days. Woo! My favorite game I played this summer, I didn't think about. Hey, babe, what's my favorite game I played this summer? She's right next to me.
I don't know.
She just nudged like, I don't know. I think it might be Calico's pretty high up there. It's really cute and fun. I also played Joan of Arc though with Danny, and that was really cool. Very different type of game. So I'm gonna go with you know what? Marvel United. No, that was earlier this year. Dang it, my time is
blurring. Don't let Tim hear you say that.
I know. We're gonna have a bone to pick with him on when he comes on. Anyways, whatever the game is, I loved it. I think it might be Calico this summer, mainly because it's fun to play with my wife. Quacks of Quedlinburg has been good. See, I should have thought about this. Why didn't I think of this more? Now this is all just a mess. Uh, Anywho, we've got ridiculous theme. You didn't get to do ridiculous theme when you were on, and you sent
No,
me
I
one
didn't.
because I'm planning on doing a ridiculous theme episode of guests gone by that didn't get to do it. So, did you think of a new one?
I did think of a new one. And are you ready for it now?
Yeah. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first? You're the
Well,
guest.
you were bigging up how cool yours is, so I'll go first, and then you can
Okay.
smash mine right out the park.
Yes.
Cool. So, I've gone for the theme of sort of rota scheduling or timetable scheduling. So think about it. You run a company, Kimmy knows all about this, getting your timetable for what classes you've got when and whatever. Okay. And then I don't know, it would be like a roll and write sort of thing. So you plan your timetable and then you score points at the end, but there'd be a deck of employees, there'd be like Bob who can't work Wednesdays, or there'd be Sheila that needs to finish at 2 to pick up her kids or whatever, all these people with all different needs. And you have to try and, schedule the shifts of whatever your business is. And then you get points at the end for like how well you've met the needs of your employees.
Oh my goodness.
That's my theme.
That's a really good one. I quite enjoyed that. Like, yeah, I feel like that would be great. Is there a certain industry it would be in, like retail, or
would
that play a part?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I guess retail would be the easiest one, but then there could be like, I don't know, an expansion or a different edition where it's something a bit more complicated, like a teaching timetable or I don't know. I can't think of any more jobs. Hotel room booking.
Oh yeah.
Because then they could all, as well as like when they can work and what they want, you could have guests as well that like, I want a room that faces east because of the feng shui, and I want a room that looks out over the mountains, or I want a room that's on the 4th floor, whatever. Possibilities are endless.
That could totally work. I feel like that could be part of the setup, right? Like when you set up, you draw a location card or a business card.
Yes.
And that tells you like what the operation is. And then you'll draw employee cards.
Yeah.
And yeah. Are you ready for mine?
I am fastening my seatbelt as we speak. I'm strapped in, ready to hear it.
This one's actually from you, essentially. You and I were joking about road trips and not to stop in any towns that are having a great harvest festival. And I said they have the best gosh darn pie this side of the Mississippi. And that's the name of my game. The best gosh darn pie this side of the Mississippi.
So what do you do?
Each player plays their own farm country town. So step 1 is making pies. The better the pies, the more tourism. Step 2 is creating housing options for tourists. You got to have somewhere for them to stay. Step 3 is kidnapping and keeping tourists detained in your town. Prevent them from leaving however possible. Step 4 is sacrificing tourists to increase your crop harvest. And then step 5 is harvesting your crop. And whoever has the highest harvest after 3 years wins.
It's very much a game of two halves, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
No, I like
it. I was very proud of it because it has like a nice feeling at the beginning and then it turns very quickly, just like a horror movie.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'd play that.
Thank you.
Oh my god, you can build the accommodation for the tourists, and I can schedule like the cleaning staff.
Oh my gosh, that's perfect. You could schedule everything like, okay, we've got to cut these people. Oh boy, now I don't. Now I'm gonna show. I've got to take all these people's spark plugs out and cut
Yeah.
their transmission line. I know a lot about cars.
I've got to lay barbed wire over every exit from town.
Exactly. uh, Perfect. And then you got to schedule the pie houses shifts, employee
Yeah.
shifts.
Yeah.
And
And then
of course, you've got to have an organized sacrificial ceremony.
absolutely. And then at the end of it all, I got to marry my own sister.
Yep, you nailed it. That's farm life. Well, that's it. This is the end of the episode. And guess what? We are going to do a little anachrony because after we finish recording this part, we'll record the beginning of the episode that I insert in.
But how are you going to do that without editing?
I think I can record multiple segments and then put them in order, the order that I want.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, fingers crossed that that's going to work.
Yes. If not, then it'll be real weird. Go ahead and plug your socials.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yes, I'm an actual person on social media. You can follow us on at Fun Organised, but organised with an S on Twitter because I'm a Brit. And that is where you'll find all my tweets and links to my latest podcast episodes from Organised Fun. There you go.
Perfect. It's such a great podcast. I listen to it every week as soon as I can. Sometimes it's the day after, but I love it.
Oh, shut.
And then you can follow me at Nerd Out with Us. I almost forgot. And yeah, it's just a bunch of random tweets about board games mostly, and occasionally other things. Like right now I'm tweeting about my trip. And then there is a online prototype event coming up August 28th called ProtoCon Online. And you can come and play test games. Like people are working on games and they've got it online on Tabletopia or Tabletop Simulator. I think most are on Tabletop Simulator. And we've got multiple guests of the show. I can say which guests, but Sarah Salas has Diamonds for Water. Bevan from Tinkerbot Games has one called Mechel Mental. I think that's how you say it, Mechel Mental. And it sounds awesome. And oh no, see, this is why I shouldn't have done it.
I'll be on there with Snorkelbat.
Exactly. Oh, I almost forgot me. I have my game Solar Express. And I'm going to pull up the schedule because I'm in charge of scheduling all these wonderful games.
You need my scheduling game to help you, surely.
Yeah, I do. John Wood, who was my board game mentor, he's got his game Old Man Merlin, which I got to play a round of, and that was really fun. And one more, Elena Sanchez from our Bunkers and Badasses episodes. She has Party Planner on there, which both Phil and I have played together.
And it is an awesome game.
It is. So go attend ProtoCon online, August 28th. You could go to @BGDG of Utah on Twitter, and there should be a link there for it, or I'll tweet out links occasionally about it. And yeah, you'll have to like join their Discord and sign up on like a Google Sheet to play and all that fun stuff. Let's see, Rick Lorenzen, dear Twitter friend, listener of the show, listener of many shows. I wouldn't be surprised if he listened to your show while he was out on his mail route. He passed away a few weeks ago, And there is a GoFundMe that's still going, and you can donate to that. I've got a link for it in the show description, as well as everybody's Twitter handles in the episode that we had on here. Hopefully, if I have enough time to put them on there. And the websites, and probably a link to Phil's podcast, and everything is linked in there. So you can always just go look at the show description. Let's see, I think that's everything. Holy cow. Oh, if you enjoy the show, go give it a review. That would mean a lot to me. Phil, go review my show.
Although, don't you only see reviews that are left by people in your country?
Oh, I don't know.
I think that's a thing. Maybe that's not a thing. I read somewhere. I don't know. You could edit this out. Oh, wait, no, you can't. Ah!
Oh, wait, you were the one that called me rubbish.
You know, it was me, because an American would have said trash.
Exactly. I don't know. That's an interesting thing. I may have to look that up. So anyways, yeah, recommend the podcast to your friends or your enemies, as I always say at the end of the episode, because they'll hate it. And then you'll have the last laugh.
Nice.
Well, thanks, Phil.
No, thank you for inviting me. It has been good fun to chat again and, hash my way through reading some tweets.
Do you know what I say at the end?
Keep nerding out.
Perfect.
Is it? And then, wait, I can do it right. Have you ever wondered how I can make a podcast? Well, I'm here to let you in on it. Anchor FM is a website that lets you record, edit, and release your own podcasts. It's mint.
That's what we're recording on right now is Anchor.fm. Luckily, I don't have to record that ad every time. Perfect.
I wondered how you got the words exactly the same every single week. Wow.
Magic of recording. I have a script for every breath. It even tells me when to breathe.
Yeah.
I almost feel like doing a thing like, well, I've been Riley.
Oh, I've been Phil.
And keep nerding out.
Thanks for listening. Bye.
Bye.